Dear student, welcome back to the chapter electricity. Maximum part of the chapter I have completed. Only left the relation between kilowatt hour and joule. Actually, this kilowatt hour, the board of trade unit, actually commercial unit of energy, that is BOT. Board of commercial unit, commercial unit of electrical energy, that is BOT, board of trade unit, board of trade unit. And what is the relation between BOT? So board of the trade unit, actually when the person came from the electric office and take the reading from your meter, electric meter in your home, that is the reading is taken in the BOT unit, that is the board of trade unit. I will show you board of trade unit is bigger unit with respect to the joule. So 1 BOT is equal to 1 kilowatt hour. 1 kilowatt into 1 hour. So 1 kilowatt is equal to 10 to the power 3 watt into hour, means 60 into 60. So it is a 60 into 60 second. So now it will be 10 to the power 3 into 60 watt second. And what is known as watt second? Watt second, we know power is equal to W by T. So what is the power unit? Watt. What is the unit of work? Joule. What is the unit of time? Second. So watt into second, if you just multiply watt into second, then you will get joule. So it will be watt second is equal to nothing but joule. So it will be 36 into 10 to the power 3 into 10 to the power 2 joule. So it is nothing but 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. So 1 BOT is equal to 3.6 into 10 to the power 6 joule. Okay, so this is the relation. Now today we will cover the chapter and exercise. So first chapter and exercise is that it is written, a piece of wire of resistance R is cut into 5 equal parts. These parts are then connected in parallel. If the equivalent resistance of this combination is R dash, then ratio R by R dash is, you have to find out. The options are there, 1 by 25, 4 options are there, find it out. So one resistance that was previously, the resistance was R, and this was cut into 5 different parts, equal parts, 5 equal parts. Then it will be R by 5, R by 5, R by 5 and R by 5. So all will be R by 5 because they are cut into equal parts. Then what if they are connected in parallel? Parallel means in this way. If they are connected in parallel, that means they are connected in this way. So what will be the parallel resistance combination formula? It was 1 by R dash will be 1 by R plus 1 by the general formula. General formula was Rp is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 1 by Rn. So here formula will be 1 by R dash is equal to 1 by R by 5. Okay, 1 by R by 5 plus 1 by R by 5 plus 1 by R by 5 plus 1 by R by 5. So it will be 5 by R plus 5 by R plus 5 by R plus 5 by R plus 5 by R. So it will be 25 by R. So you have to find out R by R dash. So R by R dash will be equal to 25. So your answer will be 25. So answer of question 1 will be options D. The answers matches with the option D. So 1 D, that is 25. Okay, now we have already get the solution of question number 1. So now we'll go to the answer of question number 2. So question is that which of the following terms does not represent the electrical power in the circuit? Options are 4. We know power has totally 3 expressions. These are P is equal to VI, P is equal to I square R and P is equal to V square by R. I have seen that the first option is I square R, it matches. Second option is I R square, no one is I R square, and then Vi, then V square by R. So question is that which of the following terms does not represent, so that will be I R square. The option of the answer of the option number will be B. So 2B I R square. This will be the answer. Now the question is that an electric bulb is rated 220 volt 100 watt, and when it is operated on 110 volt, the power consumed will be what? 4 options are given, and remind one thing that the bulb has particular resistance. So find it out first. So only one relation for that will be, so what is given here? Volt is 220 volt and power is given, P is equal to 100 watt. So R of the resistance you have to find out. Then there is a formula that is formula P is equal to V square by R. So R will be V square by P. So what is V here? 220 square by P is 100. So it will be 220 into 220 by 100. So it will be 22 into 22. It will be 484 ohm. For the second condition, when it is operated on 110 volt, the power consumed will be, then find out the power. Then power will be P dash, suppose P dash will be equal to V square by R. So it will be V dash square, because the voltage also changed. Now voltage is 110 volt. So right here 110 square, it will be 110 square for the second case, and R will be same. R will not be changed. The resistance of the bulb will be constant. So put this resistance 484. Then it will be 110 into 110 by 484. Actually we got for 22 into 22. So it will be 22 into 22. Divide by 11. Then it will be 10 2. 10 2. So you get 5 5. It will be 25. So power consumed in this case will be 25 watt. So answer will be 3. It is option D. 3D 25 watt. This will be answer. Now go to question number 4. Okay. Now read the question. Two conducting wires of the same material and equal length and equal diameter are first connected in series and then are parallel. So all parameters are same. First they are connected in series, then they are connected in parallel. Circuit across the same potential difference. The ratio of heat produced in a series and parallel connections would be 4 options also there. So the ratio of heat produced. So what will be the heat produced for the case of a series if these two conductors are connected in series, and what will be the resistance of these two conductors are connected in parallel. So what is given here? Two resistances. So suppose these are the two resistance containing resistance R and R. So if they are connected in series, two equivalent resistance will be 2R, because R plus R is equal to 2R. And if they are connected in parallel, for the case of a series it will be, for the case of a parallel it will be multiply the two resistance R into R by add the resistance R square by 2R. So it will be R square by 2R. You get R by 2. From where we get this relation? We know the formula Rp is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R. Then it will be R, so 2 by R. So Rp is equal to R by 2. So we get R by 2. So now if they are connected in series, resistance will be 2R. If they are connected in parallel, resistance will be R by 2. But you have to find out what will be the heat evolved, what will the heat produced if current flows in these two resistors. The diameter is same, voltage difference also same, and equal length. So formula will be H is equal to, H has so many formulas, I square at T, V square by at T. So here you cannot find it out what is the current. So instead of writing I square RT, you write V square by RT, this formula, or other formula is VIT. Okay, so if current is unknown here, you cannot find it out what is the current. So current containing equation you just exclude. So take this equation. So this equation will be actually H is equal to V square by R into T. Okay, if these experiments are performing equal time, that means under same amount of time. So for the case of a series, it will be HS. You have to find it out what is the series, the ratio of heat produced for the series and parallel. So HS, it will be V square. Voltage difference will be same for all the. So R will be changed for the case of a series, it will be 2R, and it will be T. For the case of a parallel combination, it will be V square. Same voltage difference we have applied, so it will be R by 2 into T. So if we take the ratio HS by HP, so it will be equal to V square by 2R into T by, it will be 2V square. So it will be 2V square by R into T. So TT, then V square RR. This way HS by HP is equal to 1 by 2 by 2. So HS by HP is equal to 1 by 2 is it? It will be HS is to HP is equal to 1 is to 4. It will be 1 by 4. So 1 is to 4. So answer will be, so write see where the options lies. It is 4C. 1 is to 4. 4C. So option will be 4C. 1 is to 4. This will be the answer. This will be the answer. So we have done question number 4. Number 5. How is voltmeter connected in circuit to measure the potential difference between 2 points? So the answer 5. Actually, we know the circuit diagram of Ohm's law experiment, and we have connected the voltmeter across the resistance. Just remember it in my previous video. So why we have connected the voltmeter across the resistance? So answer for the question here, how is a voltmeter connected? So voltmeter can be connected in parallel with the resistance. If it is connected in parallel, then it should draw negligible current from the circuit, and it is our aim. It should not violate the previous conditions of the circuit. That's why it is connected in parallel. Actually, ideal voltmeter should have the resistance that is infinite. If it contains the resistance infinite, then it should draw very minimum amount of current, and that's why the whole conditions of the circuit will be not violated, will be maintained. So we have answered the question number 5. Answer of the question number 6. So read the question. A copper wire of diameter 0.5 mm and resistivity 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. What will be the length of the wire to make its resistance 10 ohm? How much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? So diameter is given, D is equal to 0.5 millimeter. Okay, diameter is given, diameter is equal to given 0.5 millimeter. So your first and foremost duty to convert all the physical quantities unit into SI unit. So it will be 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 meter. So SI units, convert it first, otherwise you get wrong answer. Then resistivity rho is equal to, it is written 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8 ohm meter. It is already in the SI units, so no need to convert it. And what will be the length of this wire to make its resistance 10 ohm? So resistance given, resistance R is equal to 10 ohm. So you have to find out what is the length, 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 that is L. You have to find it out. Required formula, that is R is equal to rho L by A. So you have to find out from this relation what is the L. So in this way, write it down. L is equal to RA by rho. So now put the all of values of R. R value is 10 and A value, but what is A? We have to find out what is A. A means area of cross section. Area of cross section diameter is given. So you can find it out. So it will be pi d by 2 whole square. We know pi r square. Pi r square is the formula, that is the area of cross section. So r is not given here. So diameter is given. Diameter by 2 is equal to r. So it is pi r square. So now pi d square by 4. So put all these formula here. So pi d square means 0.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 whole square. It will be also whole square. A, and 4 will be here, 4 into rho. What is the value of rho? That is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8. Okay, now calculate it. So right here, pi means 3.14. So 10 into 3.14 into 0.25 into 10 to the power 6 minus 3 into 2 into 6. Then it will be 4 into 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 8. Okay, now calculate it. So 10 to the power minus 8, 10 to the power minus 6. So it will be actually 10 to the power minus 2. So if 10 to the power minus 2 goes upward, so it will be 10 to the power 2. So it will be 10 to the power 2. 2, it will be 5. This one 2 1.57. So it will be 5 into 1.57 into, it will be 25, then it will be 1.6. 125 into 1.57 by 1.6. Just calculate it. Just multiplying 125 into 1.57 and divided by 1.6. We got here. Round off it. It will be 122.7 centimeter, because we are finding out length here. And the next part of this question is that how much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? How much the resistance change? The formula we have written here, that is R is equal to rho L by A, is not it? So you have to find it out what is the relation in between resistance and diameter, but diameter in this equation is not written. So you have to convert A into diameter formula, this one. So rho L by pi d square by 4. Actually it will be 4 rho L by pi d square, is not it? So actually what is the relation in between R and D here? A particular type of material, what type of wire we are using, the rho will be fixed. L we have taken in our consideration, it is also fixed. 4 is constant, pi is constant, so D is variable here according to our question. So according to our question, D is variable. So we can write here R varies as 1 by D square. Okay, it can be written as R1 by R2 is equal to, it is inverse formula, so it will be D2 square by D1 square, is not it? So what is written here? Written here that how much does the resistance change if the diameter is doubled? So diameter is doubled, so D2 will be 2D1 according to our question, because diameter is doubled with respect to the previous diameter. So D2 by D1, in this here we can write 2D1 by D1, 2D1 square by D1 square. So it will be R1 by R2, is not it? So we can write here R1 by R2 is equal to D1 D1 square. So it will be 2 square is 4. So what will be R? So you have to find out R2, final R2, it is final. So R2 will be equal to, so 4R2 is equal to R1. So R2 is equal to 1 by 4. So if diameter is doubled, you can see diameter is doubled, resistance will be 1/4, 2 square, 1 by 2 square. Answer will, you will get the answer 1 by t square, because it is a formula R varies as 1 by d square. So your answer will be R1 by 4. So what was the previous resistance? Previous resistance was 10 ohm. So 10 by 4 we get it will be 2.5 ohm. So this will be your answer. So we got the answer of the question number 6. Answer of question number 7. So it is written, the values of current I flowing in a given register for the corresponding values of the potential difference V across the registers are given. So I and V and I are given, V and I, corresponding V, corresponding I. So set of V are given, set of I for the corresponding V are also given. So you have to plot one graph, that is a VI graph, and find from the graph what is the resistance. So already I have done these things in the in our lab, that is Ohm's law experiment. Okay, Ohm's law experiment. So first of all what you have to do, first millimeter graph paper, and then you have to draw two perpendicular axes, x axis and y axis. Take this axis, x axis, and this one as y axis in the millimeter graph paper, and this x axis will be taken as voltage axis, voltage, and it will be suppose current. Okay, this current, this is voltage. You have to find one suitable scale. You have to choose one scale in which you will plot the data. So write down the scale. Suppose 10 small square divisions, 10 divisions we have taken as 1 ampere. 10 small division in the current axis we have taken as 1 ampere. So in this way you have to just choose one scale, and then choose appropriate scale so that you can utilize maximum area in graph paper. Okay, so any student can draw a graph which is very small like that, completed. So he has taken total 5 points here, and this graph is completed. Don't do that. You have to choose the scale in such a way that graph will cover the entire graph paper. So take the points in a such a way, suppose this one, then this one, then this one, so it will cover the whole area. So this is very important point for plotting a graph. Okay, then after plotting the graph, you have to find out the resistance. You have to find out the resistance from graph. This is actually VI graph. Then you have to find out the resistance. How do you find out the resistance? We know formula, V is equal to IR. So there is a formula, R is equal to V by I. So from this graph, it will be straight line passing through origin, we know. So drop a perpendicular, and from any point on the graph, drop a perpendicular on the V axis. Then find out what is V by I. Then what is V here? So this will be V, this will be V, and what is I? This will be I axis. Okay, then what is the length of V? Find it out from the graph. What is the length of I? Find it out also from the graph. Okay, then divide it, you get one value. That value will be in ohm. Okay, that is the resistance of the conductor in the experiment which you are finding out. Okay, so do it yourself, it will be your hints. Now this question 7, I have given you the hints, so do it in your home. And now for the question number 8. So it is written, when a 12-volt battery is connected across a unknown resistor, there is a current of 2.5 milliampere in the circuit. Find the value of the resistance of the circuit. So I've just drawn a schematic diagram, and then use the formula. Required formula is that required formula. What is the required formula? That is Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So what is given here? So I is given, that is 2.5 milliampere. Mind it, it is a milliampere, so you have to convert it in the ampere, that is the SI unit. So it will be 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3 ampere, and voltage is 12 volt, no problem. R is equal to, what will be R? You have to find it out. So R is equal to, what will be? V by I, is not it? R is equal to V by I. So V is given here 12 volt, I is given here 2.5 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it will be 2 into, if this 10 to the power minus 3 goes to numerator, then it will be 10 to the power 3 by 2.5. So it will be 4.8 into 10 to the power ohm. Actually 10 to the power 3 means 1000. So it will be 4.8 kilo ohm. Number 8 already we have completed. And now question number 9. What is the question number 9? A battery of 9 volt is connected in series with the resistance 0.2 ohm, 3 ohm, 0.3 ohm, 0.4 ohm, 0.5 ohm and 12 ohm. And it is connected with the 9 volt of battery. Then find it out the current flowing through 12 ohm resistance. As student, you can see all the resistance are connected in series. So if we find out the current in the circuit, then it will be obviously the current in the 12 ohm resistance, because there is no other way the current will pass. So what is the current here? Applying the formula V is equal to IR. So first of all, you have to find out the equivalent resistance. Equivalent resistance will be RS is equal to 0.2 plus 0.3 plus 0.4 plus 0.5 plus 12 ohm. So it will be 13.4 ohm. So according to the Ohm's law, according to Ohm's law, it will be V is equal to IR. So I is equal to V by R. So V is 9 volt, R is given 13.4, I will be 0.67 ampere. Okay, this will be the answer. So we have completed the question number 9. The last question, it is very important question. It is written that how many 176 ohm resistors in parallel are required to carry a 5 ampere on 220 volt lines. So if we apply the formula, that is V is equal to IR, then current is given, I is given, voltage is also given 220 volt, but you have to find it out how many 176 ohm resistors are required. So consider n number of 176 ohm resistors are required. Okay, then we know if they are connected in parallel, then what will be the equivalent resistance? Equivalent resistance will be, if R are connected, then what will be the equivalent resistance? 1 by R dash 1 by Rp is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. So actually it will be Rp is equal to it will be 3 by R, so R by 3. So if n number of R are connected, then what will be equivalent resistance? R by N. So if 176 number of resistance are connected in parallel, then n number of 176 resistance are connected in parallel, then what will be the effective resistance? So what will be the equivalent resistance? Equivalent resistance, that is, then Rp will be equal to 176 by N. So it will be the equivalent resistance. Now apply Ohm's law. Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. Then you have to fill it up. V is equal to, what is V? 220. I 5 ampere according to the question, and R is given here 176 by N. 220 N is equal to 5 into 176. So N is equal to 5 into 176 by 220. So N is equal to 4. So number of resistance will be connected in parallel, it will be 4. So answer will be 4. So today up to this, next day we will complete the remaining chapter and exercise, and then we'll take one sitting. So thank you for watching my video, and don't forget to subscribe my channel and leave a comment. Thank you.